So even though this wasn't the final episode and we have one more episode to go, in a way it almost felt as though this was the end, because seeing those two split up, Gon and Killua, it really caught me in the feels, and especially with them having those little flashbacks of some of our favorite moments and seeing them walk away from each other. Honestly, just talking about it is giving me goosebumps. Like, that was such a fucking sad way to see them part finally, and ultimately it's like, fuck, man, Tagashi, why you couldn't write more, because this anime has been truly something else and an amazing experience I'll never forget. So the episode starts off with a depressed koala thinking about committing suicide in a sense, and talking to this girl that he shot in a previous life, or in her previous life, so to speak, because now this is Kite basically in this one. And I guess there's two Kites. To be honest with you, this is a bit confusing, but if I'm not mistaken, there's two Kites. There's the reborn one as the Chimera, the one that was going, I'm Kite, I'm Kite. And then there's this Kite as well that's basically our Kite that we know in a female's body. So yeah, Kite is on some gender swapping shit. Gender bending. And what it seems like is that from now on, this koala is going to stay with Kite, and they're going to stay together. It honestly just felt like it was a lot deeper than I kind of really could comprehend at the time. But basically, it's seemingly he doesn't want to keep repeating cycles and stuff like that. And honestly, it was like, I've never in a million years felt bad for a depressed koala until now. And that just goes to show what Hunter x Hunter can do. But getting to see Gon reunite with Kite again, like, this episode, it started off pretty slow with the koala kind of talking about, like, you know, just the cycle of continuing things repeating and whatnot, and him wanting to take the easy way out. But it slowly instant to, like, you know, decent stuff to great stuff, and it just kept on going and going. Like, when Gon finally reunited with Kite, a part of me was thinking to myself, like, damn. So it kind of made me look back and think Gon was raging in a sense for something that I guess he didn't know at the time, so you can't really say for nothing. He thought he lost his friend, so in a sense it's like, well, he didn't need to rage at that particular point. But him finally getting to see that his friend is, well, sort of alive, I guess you could say, it was a relief in a way. And also it just gave Gon, like, you might have experienced this pain, but at least your friend is there. And, you know, life goes on. You know, sometimes you get a second chance, I guess it was trying to say. And ultimately, it was just something very emotional with this episode. This episode was really one of those things, like, the feels were live and real, and they were very heavy with this episode, especially just getting that reunion and Kite telling him, go see your father. Honestly, it was really just an emotional thing. But hands down, the moment that cannot be topped with this episode, and honestly, just seeing the conclusion of their journey at the very least, Gon and Killua, it was emotional. It was really emotional. Getting to see that Killua is also going to be going with his brother or sister or whatever the fuck you want to call it at this point, because I don't know what to call it anymore. Just seeing them parting ways, honestly, it was like, wow, we've come so far with this journey, from them meeting each other at the Hunter exam to everything they've been through, the tower, all the stuff that they went through in the Chimera Ant Arc, Greed Island, all the adventures they went through, and this is the end. And while Hunter x Hunter will continue with the manga in a sense, I think that honestly we might never see them reunite again, to be honest, after this, because it looked like this was really a farewell, and the way it just did it and everything, perfectly done. Like, I feel the episode started off a bit like, you know, just why is this koala continuously talking about this cycle, but as it progressed, it was like one thing after another that it did a metamorphosis, so to speak. And honestly, this episode just, it gave me so much feels, and it wrapped up really nicely the adventure of Gon and Killua. And to me, while there's still one more episode, and I know more or less what it's going to be about, this is the real ending, because a big portion of Hunter x Hunter has been the journey of these two kids that befriended one another. Killua trying to find a friend in him, and Gon trying to find, in a sense, his father, but at the same time having friends along the way. Killua found somebody that at the very least he can, you know, coincide with and be with and talk to and stuff like that, with his brother Aluka or sister or whatever. And Gon finally found his father, and maybe, you know, it's time they go their separate ways. This was maybe meant to happen. And when they play that ending, that's definitely like one of my favorite. And like, I feel like majority of the Hunter x Hunter endings were good, but something about that ending always reminds me of the friendship between Gon and Killua. And when it went woohoo, I was like, fucking shit. Hunter x Hunter, like, words can't describe what this series like feels like and what it means. And it's a shame that there's people that will never experience the journey that we've experienced with it. And I say we because I feel like definitely a lot of you people can understand where I'm coming from, where it's like, I loved seeing these characters interact. I loved going through this adventure with them, and I'm gonna miss it so much. And yeah, we have one more episode next week, but this truly felt like the end of an incredible journey of these two kids that, they wanted to see the world, and they did. And before I get any more sappier and start crying like a bitch, I just want to say Hunter x Hunter for the win. And I will always remember the journey that Gon and Killua had and all the adventures they went through. Let me know what you guys think, first of all, of the episode. What do you think about the depressed koala and seemingly that he's going to stay with Kite from here on out? What do you think about the reunion between Gon and Kite and the words that Kite spoke to him? And what was your favorite journey that Gon and Killua have been through throughout the entire journey of Hunter x Hunter? What was one of your favorite moments? Even if it's not an entire arc or anything, like maybe a conversation, a few words. To be honest, one of my favorite things is thinking back when Killua was going through the shit with his family and they were kind of abusing of him and doing all sorts of fucked up shit. Him thinking, I need to get out of here because I made a friend and I want to be with that friend and I want to experience, adventures and stuff with that friend. So I'll always remember some of those times and just them fooling around, dicking around, having a little fun. Those will be the moments that I'll remember most. And your overall thoughts of this episode. Great episode nonetheless. Words can express how I feel about this series, honestly. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that would be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, there's one more episode to go, but Hunter x Hunter is forever, baby. Forever, for never. Have an awesome day.